I'm Allauren Forbes. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Philosophy and Gender and Social Justice. So in my research, I focus on women philosophers who are writing in early modern Europe. So that's Europe from the 16th to 18th century, although I also write about women in the 19th century sometimes. And one of the things that I've discovered in my research is that women have been active in philosophy for hundreds and hundreds of years, often in ways that are paradigmatic of the way that we've already thought of philosophy, so thinking about the nature of reality or what knowledge is, but often in ways that are totally distinct and reflective of their different embodied experience. So this is seen in the sorts of things that they consider, the kinds of flavor that they add to the philosophical works that they're producing, and also sometimes in the kinds of genres that they're writing in. So sometimes because there was such a deep prejudice against women engaging in this kind of intellectual activity, they would sometimes write anonymously or in sort of non-traditional philosophical works, so in plays or in novels rather than only in the treatise. So the women who were active in this period were thinking about important philosophical, paradigmatic topics, including, amongst other things, freedom. One of the ways that they were thinking about freedom was, of course, inflected by patriarchy and the kinds of conditions of unfreedom that they were subject to, given the kinds of marginal position that they occupied in society. For them, one of the really important ways that this freedom or unfreedom played out was in the context of marriage. So some of them theorized marriage as being a kind of slavery. So not slavery in the sense of chattel slavery, but in the philosophical sense of being a kind of paradigmatic case of unfreedom, that is, subject to the inconstant arbitrary rule of someone else, so that they couldn't make decisions about the trajectories of their lives. They also thought about freedom in the epistemic sense, so the freedom to know and to be seen as a knower. At this time, women weren't permitted to engage in formal education, so if they wanted to be taken seriously, they had to find other ways to acquire knowledge and to acquire the kind of social and political capital to be seen as a knower by other people. So sometimes this played out through kind of subversive feminist projects, like engaging in conversation, as something that would be beneath the notice of certain patriarchal men, just women chatting amongst themselves, but in fact working together to build collaborative understandings, to exchange concepts and knowledge, and to affirm each other as subjects as well as objects of knowledge.